Well, hello, hello, hello. This is Kim Willis, and this is my first Facebook Live in this time slot. Normally, I do it at the other end of the day. Okay, so if you're in North America, it's morning for you. It's evening for me. Normally, I do it in reverse, evening for my Canadian and American friends, and morning for me. So this will be interesting. I hope we get a few people just saying hi. If see someone there, who's that? Let me see. Maybe you're still having breakfast, or maybe you've hopped off to work or something like that. Yeah, hi Jasira. Have I got it right there? Jasira Minor. Yeah, hi there. Look, I've got a good little topic. We'll keep it nice and brief because I'm heading out very, very soon. I've got an appointment. But the topic is how to turn the tables on the spammers. And I guess if you're reasonably active on platforms like Facebook, you've had your fair share of spammers over the last few months, maybe even the last few years. So what can we do to turn the tables on them? In fact, can we even bring them over to our side of the fence and turn them into clients, customers? Start with leads, turn them into a lead, and then maybe they can become a customer. All right, we'll talk about that. Now, just a little bit of a brief introduction to me for some of you who haven't heard it before. I'm a digital nomad. I've been kind of exploring, adventuring for the last few years, the last 5 years, in fact. I've been working online for the last, since 2006. So that's 12 years. But 5 years ago, I decided I wanted to explore the world. I wanted to get to know some of the more interesting cultures around the world. So that's what I've been doing. Right now, I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Soon I'll be moving to Vietnam, and because my son is there, so I want to do that. And who knows? I've still got other countries on my bucket list. So the beautiful thing about being an online sort of a person is that you can generate income anywhere you like, which is nice. So I don't know what you're doing now. If you're in the northern hemisphere, or certainly if you're in the Americas, it's probably maybe you just finished breakfast or something like that, or you're getting ready to go to work, or you're already at work. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But let's get into this topic: how to turn the tables on the spammers. I'm not sure if it's the best topic for a Monday, but it's the one I've chosen. So let's go with that, because most people on Facebook, particularly on Facebook, have experienced scammers and spammers. Maybe every day, if not every day, maybe once or twice a week, you get pitched by someone promoting some kind of a product or a scheme, make money scheme, I don't know, network marketing, get rich quick, that kind of thing. And when I first started out using this platform, this Facebook platform, I don't think I handled it very well. I basically probably got a bit angry with them, and I'd cut them off, I'd block them and do all that sort of stuff. But one day I just thought, well, maybe I should take a different approach. Maybe I should perhaps use my brain and see if I can win some of these people to my cause. Yeah, so that's what I decided to do. And so I experimented with a few little, pithy lines and to see if they would respond. So before long, I was getting a few of them leaning forward, and I was kind of getting them to eat out of the palm of my hand. And indeed, after I started to get reasonably effective at doing this, I was able to not only turn them into leads, but win them as customers. And they joined one of my training programs that I've developed. And they bought it because I told them it would show them how to market themselves properly on a platform like Facebook. So it definitely does work if you know how to do it. But before you know how to turn the tables on the spammers, I guess you got to understand where they're coming from. And there's two reasons why people spam you. One is because they don't know any better. Basically, it's how they were taught. Somebody taught them that this is what you do. You know, you copy and paste a message with a link, and you just spray it all over Facebook. Okay, so they don't know any better. Another reason is that they do know better, but they're very much into sort of wham bam, thank you ma'am. They're bringing to a platform like Facebook an old style, offline way of doing business. And it's akin to perhaps picking up the phone book and just starting at A and phoning people cold, not knowing them from a bar of soap, starting at A and working their way through. And try doing that for a week or a month. After getting 300 people putting their phone down in your ear, hanging up on you, you'll probably want to quit. Now, it's not quite as brutal as that on Facebook when they try this kind of a method, but usually what happens is that after a month or something like that, they start to burn out because they do get a lot of rejection and they do get some abuse as well. And, you know, it's just the way it is. And sooner or later, they more or less quit. And that's what happens to most of them. They start out using these methods. They find that they don't work very well, that it affects their reputation. It makes them feel bad. They don't feel good about themselves because they're constantly coming up against resistance. Because people don't like to be pitched, particularly on social media platforms. And this is what I was saying before, a lot of people the penny hasn't dropped that a platform like Facebook or Twitter or any of those platforms, not conducive to these offline strategies. Okay, it's not conducive to it. So that's why most people who try these methods, they end up quitting. Number one, because it doesn't work. Even if it does work a little bit, based on the law of huge numbers, even if it does work a little bit, by the end of the month, they're feeling kind of dirty. You know, they don't feel proud of themselves because of the reception that they're getting from most people. So what I've done in the past when I started using this new approach is that I just ask them a few questions. I wouldn't feign interest or anything like that. I just say, oh, that's interesting. Thanks for sharing that, John. I've got a question for you. How is that method working for you? Is it generating plenty of leads and sales? Just something like that. That's all I did. And you know, if they're honest, they'll come back and they'll say, oh, well, I've just started to use it, etc. I say, well, okay, yeah, you started to use it. How many times have you used it? I'll get into a bit of a conversation, and they might say, well, you're number 30 or you're number 50 or something like that. And I say, okay, and have you made some sales? People actually paid you money yet? I take a real interest in people when they're doing this kind of thing to me. And quite often you get into a conversation, and then the next thing I know is they're asking me, and they say, well, what's better than that? I said, well, have you tried attraction marketing? That's what I say. Have you tried attraction marketing? Have you tried to use attraction marketing to get people to lean forward and more or less approach you? That'd be a nice twist, wouldn't it? And before you know it, they're saying, yeah, what's that all about? So the next thing I do is I give them a bit of information on attraction marketing, just generic information. It could be like a little video I put together. It could be a little, like a cheat sheet or something like that. Just give it to them. And then before you know it, they're leaning forward. They like what I'm saying. They like what I'm doing. They like the way I engage with them, have a conversation, an open conversation with them, and turn them into a lead. And one thing leads to another. They buy something. Simple as that. And I've done it many, many, many times. So that's basically what I do. I mean, there's a bit of detail to it, but I've given you a little bit. If you want a bit more help with it, I'm happy to do that. Hi, Denise. Hi, Eva. Had a quick chat to you tonight. Boyd. Hi, Boyd. Haven't spoken to you for a while. Yeah, so how to turn the tables on the spammers. Spammers are everywhere, and not just on Facebook. They're on Twitter. In fact, Twitter is probably one of the biggest spamming platforms in the world, at least if we're in the marketing niche. There's lots and lots of spam on Twitter. That said, I still get leads from it. But look, you've got to take control. If somebody is like they're in hunter mode, right, and they're coming to you, and they're more or less attacking you, right? They see you as meat, right? And so they're in hunter mode, and they're going to try and sell you something. They're going to try and sell you something. You have to have a way to counter them. Now, sure, you can block them. Like I said, that's what I used to do. Just got angry with them and I blocked them. Or you can take a more rational approach and just ask them a few questions. Be completely dispassionate. Don't show interest. Just say, oh, that's very interesting, John. Yeah, thanks for reaching out. Quick question for you. How is that approach working for you? You making plenty of sales? And unless they're just an outright liar, sooner or later they're going to reveal to you that they're not making sales, because the reality is, in the vast majority of instances, it's not working for them. It's not working for them. So if you can get them to reveal a little bit of their pain, a little bit of their, their soft spot, their pain point, well, then maybe you can offer them something better, particularly if you're a marketer and you've got, marketing products or tools or training programs or something like that, that can help them produce a better result. Well, why not offer that? So that's basically all I wanted to say about turning the tables on the spammers. You can do some good things with spammers sometimes. Obviously, not all of them are convertible. I'm not saying that is the case, but it's surprising how many of them will kind of move towards you if you use the right engagement techniques. And just asking a few little questions like that, such as what I've given you, that will help. Now, I think probably I'll leave it at that unless you've got some questions. But what I'll do now, well, I'll give you, I've got a little video, and it's called 6-Figure Tribes. And this is one of the methods that I use and have used for the last couple of years now to build my warm audience, my followers, my tribe, call it what you like. And I mainly use Facebook, also use a couple of the other social media platforms, but Facebook is still my number one. And I use various strategies, Facebook groups, personal profile strategy, all sorts of different techniques to build a tribe, because what I've found is that if you can get more people knowing you and liking you, there's more warmth there, well, it's going to be easier to do business, because people don't fundamentally want to do business that they don't know, where there's no connection, there's no relationship, there's nothing. So these tribe builder strategies work very well on platforms like Facebook. The internet is a low trust platform. So if that is true, if the internet is a low trust platform, well, then we should not be using strategies that are not designed for these kinds of platforms. So we have to go all out to build relationships, get the warmth happening, get some respect happening, and then people will naturally gravitate towards you. And before you know it, you can generate some leads and then ultimately make some sales. Okay, so who else have we got here? Axel, hi Axel, how you doing? David from WA, is that David? David Willis from, there's my cousin, from Western Australia. I haven't seen you for a while, mate, if you're the same David that I'm thinking of. And yeah, hi Axel, how you doing? All right, so I think we'll leave it at that. I'm heading off to for a holiday, a little bit of a break tomorrow. So there won't be any more Facebook Lives probably for a few days at least. So, but I have to go and meet a friend before I leave. So I shall do that, and just wish you a good day ahead if you're in, if you're in North America, etc. If you're in the UK or Europe, okay, well, enjoy the rest of your day. And for those of you who are in Australia or someone, well, you're probably sleeping by now, but hopefully you'll pick up this recording over the next day or two. All right, this is Kim Willis. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget, if you want that that Tribe Builder 6-Figure Tribes video, just say yes. Just say yes in the comments box there, or send me a PM, send me a personal message, and I shall get that video to you. I'll give you a link for it. 6-Figure Tribes, good little video. It only goes for 12 minutes. Pure information. There's no nothing you know, not selling anything with that video, but it's a good, helpful video, good information video, and I think it will help you. All right, this is Kim Willis. Bye for now. Off we go. Off we go.